Alright. It looks like that I should be streaming now. Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Games. Just making sure here quick that the stream is working, of course. You know, I'm a new streamer. I have to check these kinds of things. But I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I know that I am. Yeah, it's just regular April 20th. For you, those of you out there celebrating, I hope you're having a good one. I'm going to be ranking my PlayStation 1 collection today. Something a little different. Instead of doing a let's play or cracking open a game, we're going to be actually taking a look at what I have here. And my collection's always growing, so I'm always adding more games to my collection. So I figure that I will revisit this every 6 months. You know, given how much it grows or not, we'll see. But I'm a little under the weather right now, so if I seem a little nasally, that might be why. But I think I'm still well enough to rate some games, put them on the tier board, and be here in my cozy pajamas. So thanks for joining me. So why PlayStation? Well, a lot of people, especially around my age, I'm 29 by the way, born great year of 1996. So you know, for those of you who are out there, millennials, you know, God bless. We're doing our best, doing what we can. But why PlayStation? There could be Nintendo. Some people like Sega, the original Xbox, you know, handhelds, that kind of thing. Well, I grew up with a PlayStation, and it was just one of those things where we always had games for it. My uncle worked at a Blockbuster, and anytime the games, you know, they would kind of come off the shelves, they weren't going to rent them anymore, he would get them. And so that meant anytime I went to my grandma's house and my uncle lived there, I got to play all the PlayStation 1 games he got to take home with him. So I guess that's kind of why I gravitate towards that. It's nothing against Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, anything like that. Um, I do have an Xbox as well. I don't really pick it up as often. That's more for just like playing Elden Ring with the boys. But yeah, it's just near and dear to my heart. Something about, you know, that yellow diamond comes across the screen and the whew, whew. I love it. Anyway, um I guess that's enough babbling for right now. Let's get started. So I guess this is not in any particular order. This is I literally just grabbed it off the shelf and carefully put it over here. So we're gonna start here with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And I really like this game. I think this has got to be an S tier game on it for Skater. For Skater. S tier for Skater. I do think this is an incredible game. I think that this is a perfect game for just getting there with friends. Okay, the case is broken, so forgive me. But here we go. This is the case. It's not together, obviously. But we'll just kind of show you a little bit about this game. So it's got a black back. There you go. There's the front here for you. We can also call the hint line if we're struggling, even with a Canadian number in there. For all those up north there, eh? Advertising for Tony Hawk Air Force 2, which appears to be a BMXing game. I don't have this game, but maybe I should find it. Lots of good levels in this game. I think that it could be a little bit longer, honestly. I feel like it's kind of a short game, and although I know it's a PlayStation 1 game, it can't be that big, but still, I always wish that there was more of this game. So for that, it's an S tier. So let's go ahead and put it on the board. And yes, I'm in my pajamas. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that there. Oh, just barely. Just barely, but you can see her on there. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sit right here, stack them up nice for you. All right, next up we have Builder's Block. Now, if you ever shop around at your local game store, maybe you've seen this game before. Builder's Block is kind of like a puzzle game where you have to like line up blocks on a grid here, right? And you have to like line them up into 4x4 cubes or 5x5, 6x6 cubes, and you get points for doing so. And you slowly start to build like a village, essentially, is what happens. And yeah, the bigger it gets, the more points you get. I think it's a fun little like party game for like, you know, when you're with friends, you know, that kind of thing. Like at my birthday party, we kind of broke this open when people started getting a little tipsy, so it's easy enough to play with partying. So, I don't think it's not going to keep your attention for very long. I feel like this is good for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour tops before it kind of starts to lose your attention. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing having a little break game. But for that, I think it's going to have to be a C. I think we're going to have to put Builder's Block at a C. I know B should be a B, but it's not. It's a C. So we'll go ahead and put that up there. And actually, it looks like if I wanted to, I could sign in to the chat. I don't even think anyone's probably watching right now, but if you are, God bless, thank you. That's really nice. You can probably hear the click-clacks on my keyboard. Oh, it wants to send me a verification code. Oh God, where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. Oh no. Oh, I really don't know where it is though. It's okay, I found it. I know, this is terrible. I'm terrible. I'm so unprepared. Yes, I'll check my device. Yes. I would like to do that. Resend it. What? Of course, of course. I have this problem. Why is this giving me grief right now? I'm logged in. God, this is just like this is the whole thing, right? This is the whole thing. Happens every time. Oh, yes, that is me. Yep. Okay, cool. Now I'm logged into chats. And look at that. I didn't miss a gosh darn thing. No problem. Alright, moving on. So we've rated 2 games now, Builder's Block and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. We're gonna move on to 102 Dalmatians. I like this game. I think this is a fun little Disney game. I have beaten this. I've played it the whole way through, which it has to be at a C or above at that point. If I've played the entire thing, it's got to be good enough. It's got to get a passing grade. Made by I don't know how you say that. Eidos, and Disney Interactive. Take a look at this disc. It's pretty fun stuff. Very bright and colorful. Check that out. It's cool because you can switch between the boy and the girl dog in this game. I don't know if there's much of a difference between the two. I swear the boy dog can like run faster and the girl dog can jump higher or something like that. Might be the other way around, but in general I think the platforming is pretty good. It is kind of clunky and ridiculous, and there are parts of it where you could definitely do without. So I think for that, I'm going to have to give 102 Dalmatians a C. So we'll go ahead and put that up there. All right. Moving on. Next game we have. Now, I don't have the entire case for this. Is not complete game, but I have The Grinch for PlayStation 1. It's got the back cover. We do have the back cover for this game, so it's not like a total lost cause, but I don't have the manual. Let's take the disc out here. You can kind of see it all nice and shiny for you. It's got a black back. Very cool, Mr. Grinch here. Sorry, you can see my poster reflection in that thing, whatever. I'm not a professional, but I do love video games. Rated E for everyone, made by Konami and Universal Studios. It's alright. I think if you were gonna play a Christmas game, it's not gonna get any better than this, in my opinion. I think there are a lot of Christmas games out there that totally suck. They're just not very good, because how do you make a Christmas video game that's actually good? It's overplayed, it's overdone, but The Grinch is not, in my opinion. Now, I think that, if you're going to play this, it's obviously very seasonal, so it's very select times of year that you can play it, but I do think that the overall concepts and platforming of the game is pretty decent. But with the fact that it is kind of a seasonal game, I don't think it's bad. I kind of want to put it at a C. Feels kind of mean in a way because I do like it, but I also have never finished it because it got kind of tedious. So for that, I think, honestly, I'm going to have to put it at a D. And I'm sorry, Grinch, and I'm sorry for Grinch lovers because I love the Grinch too, but it's just very limited. Okie dokie. Okay. Next we have Silent Hill for PlayStation 1. So, yeah, I think this is an incredible game. Silent Hill, the first one, the original one, this is a great game at Konami. A master at its craft of what it was supposed to be and what it does, just a perfectly done game. Now, the fun thing about my copy of Silent Hill is that it is a previous family video rental. If you guys remember having to rent video games and you couldn't afford to buy every single game that came out that you wanted to play, you had to go and rent it for a couple bucks for the weekend, So we'll go ahead and take this bad boy out. We've got a black back here. And this is the inside imagery for you. Lovely stuff. Now, I never actually rented this game from Family Video. I've only ever owned it as a Family Video rental. But I do think it is quite fun. It does appear that I am missing a good chunk of the manual, but I do have the front and back of it. That's quite alright. I did not pay a full going price for this game for obvious reasons, but that doesn't bother me at all because really all I care about is playing the game. To me, having everything with it, that's a really nice bonus to have everything. when you buy the game, but it's not necessary for me because I just want to play the game. What matters more to me is what's inside the book, not what it's wrapped in, you know. So, um, yeah, Silent Hill's fucked up. It's just a fucked up game. You gotta like fucked up stuff to like this game, and I like fucked up stuff, so I like this game. And, you know, I started with 2. 2 was actually the first Silent Hill that I played, and I fell in love with it there, but going back and playing 1 after I've played 2 is kind of like a special treat, you know, because you get more lore, you get more understanding as like, oh, why the world is the way that it is. For that, I think I'm gonna have to put Silent Hill in S tier. Also, yes. Okay. Next up, we have Resident Evil 2. Also very good game, huge classic survival horror game. I do have the complete version here. So here we go. We got the Claire disc. And we've got the Leon disc, which is the only one that I've played so far. I have not played the Claire version yet. We do have the manual here, so we'll go ahead and open that. Let's see, we've got even the insert still in there. The crappy old insert that nobody ever asked for or wanted is in there. But yeah, it's fun stuff. I quite enjoy it, and I had a lot of fun playing Resident Evil 2. I did beat the game. It was difficult, I will say that. I think for sitting down with the boys, you know, just trying to kill a weekend, this is a great game. This is a great game for doing just that, and I would go back and I definitely play the Claire disc again. I think it's got great replayability. I think it's got a great storyline. I think it's got great puzzles. I think it's got great tension building. You know, memorably, the hands coming out of the walls and stuff, that always like scared the crap out of me. Or like you're walking past and you think a dude is dead and he just grabs you off the floor or whatever. It's a total classic. I love this game. I do think that, you know, for its time, it really set a precedence too for what games like survival horror games in the future were going to be like. So I do think I'm going to put this one in S tier as well. Okay. Oh boy, next one up we have Hubert. I fucking hate this game. I fucking hate this game. This game, I thought I was gonna have so much fun playing Hubert. You think back about Hubert, you're like, oh man, look at this little yes, he should be fun. He should be cute. He should be cute Bert. Cute Bert. But he's not. He's a little dickhead. And I feel like sometimes the objectives in this game are not clear. And yes, it gives you a whole manual. You get 24 pages of how to play Hubert and what Hubert's about, but I ain't gonna fucking read it because I hate this fucking game. I love it, but I hate it. I hate this fucking game so much. I'm sorry, I'm swearing. I'm cursing up a storm right now, but man, I could not tell you how much he's back. I wish he wasn't. I wish he never came back. He should have just died with the Atari. Should have never came back. For that, Hubert is going in F tier, baby. Hubert frickin' sucks. F for the F-bombs that I've been throwing for this game. Hubert You suck. Yuck. Gross ass game. Alright. Moving on. We have Metal Gear Solid. Yes. We've got the 2-pack here, the cozy old 2-pack. I actually played this game for the first time on my channel the other day, earlier this week, if you weren't around. You can find that video probably linked in the description below or on my channel, Crazy Games. But for playing this for the first time, I have to say that, one, it had the absolute best tutorial of any game I've ever played. This game has a great tutorial. Although it is not, always obvious what buttons and control schemes you need to progress the game, I do think that it is quite entertaining and does a good job of getting the gamer invested into the story. Now, a few complaints about this game. Now, I want to show this to you. When I bought this, come on, camera, focus, please. Anyway, if you can see, it says the memory card is 1 to 15 blocks. 1 to 15 blocks. Well, which is it? Is it 1 or is it 15? Because that makes a huge friggin' difference on a PlayStation 1 memory card. It makes a huge difference of whether or not do I need to buy a whole entire extra memory card to play this game or don't I? There's a big deal. Because you can't fit many games on a PlayStation 1 memory card. Now, that's my only qualm with this game, is that it's not very specific about what its memory storage is. But in overall gameplay, I do very much enjoy Metal Gear Solid. I thought it was really fun. I thought it had a challenge to it. I thought it did a good job of setting tone and setting atmosphere. I thought it had a hilarious tutorial. I think Solid Snake is a fucking lady killer and he's just getting pussy. The dude fucks all the time. But I'm gonna put Metal Gear Solid into the A tier. Alright, next we are moving on to Mega Man 8, the Anniversary Collector's Edition. Mega Man is a absolute classic game, released by Capcom. Here we have a release date of, I believe, 1997 on the PlayStation 2. Got the full disc here. Hello. I really like the inner cover art. I really like that a lot. We have a black back. Take a look at this intro behind the disc art as well. Mega Man 8 is a great game. Great platformer with some challenging bosses. Great characters. Great character designs. Level designs. For the entire collection we have here, I don't know how high Mega Man 8 is on your scale of things, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put Mega Man 8 into the B tier. Alright. Next, we have Spyro Year of the Dragon. Now, this is actually my favorite Spyro game out of the first 3 that released on the PlayStation 1. I currently only own 2 of those 3. I plan on getting the second one soon, but as it is, this one is my favorite out of the first 3. Mostly because it brings in the skateboarding, which I think is really cool. and you get to play it as other characters, other animals, which is also pretty awesome. Overall, I think it's just a well done game. I feel like by the time they got to the third game, they really knew what they wanted to do with the game and where they wanted to take it, which is really fun. We got an advertisement for Crash Bash there in the center, available November 2000. Take a look at that. We got a black bat here. A little Yeti guy. Excuse me. Like I said, still recovering from my ick here. But yeah, I think this is a great game. I don't quite know if it's life-changing enough to be an S-tier game, and I'm sorry to say that. I know it's my childhood favorite, but I think I'm going to have to put it into the B tier, just because it's not the first game, and even though the first game isn't always the best, I feel like the first game is very critical for every game that follows afterwards. So I think I'm going to have to put this into B. Okay, next we have Disney's Dinosaur. This is an Ubisoft game. One player, one memory card block. You are playing as the dinosaurs from the movie, and it's basically just like a survival game. You have to survive as the dinosaurs and do what you do. This is what we got here. Black back for you. Advertisement for the Jungle Book and Master Donald's explosive temper on the inside. That had nothing to do with the game. But yeah, this game is I remember it being so much better when I was a kid, is what I'll put it as. I had a lot of fun playing this when I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, but now I went back and I played this game thinking like, oh, it was so good. I'm going to love it. It's going to be great. It's going to be a D. D for dinosaur. It's the sounds, it's just not very good. It's just not a very good game. And there have been some Disney games that have been total hits, but this is not one of them. I'm sorry. That's still like the memories that I made playing this game when I was a kid, but not anymore. So, D for dinosaur. Oh, I need something to drink. Whew, okay. Next, we have Doom for PlayStation 1. That's right, baby. They made the PlayStation 1 port, made by Midway Games here. So I think Doom was a really fun game. I had never played it before until the last few weeks. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game. Sorry, this case is really difficult to open. Yeah, I had a blast playing this game. I thought that the mechanics for their time, honestly great. The movement, incredible. There is no special image on the back of this one. I do love this inside art though. That inside cover art is pretty dope. But yeah, the game mechanics are great. The movement is great. It is even creepy. So pretty good. I would definitely buy this again, and I will be playing this again on my channel, Crazy Games. So if you want to see me play more Doom, stay tuned. It'll be on there. As a game, I think I'm going to have to put this as an A tier. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in A. And actually, it looks like... There. Now you could see the full thing. Next game we have, I don't have the entire case for, I just have the disc, is Clock Tower. Here you go. Gotta go look at that bad boy. That's right, it is a prior Blockbuster rental. Isn't that fun? Now, here we go. We got a black bag. Here's that lovely Blockbuster-ness for you. Go ahead and spin it so you can see the front. I'm trying. There you go. Now, the first clock tower in the US is actually the second clock tower in Japan. So, for that reason, it is a little weird. It is a point-and-click survival horror game. It is not like Silent Hill or Resident Evil where you have tank controls. You're pointing and you're clicking to do things. So it is kind of different in that way. It's okay. I feel like it's not very good at telling you how to play the game. It's unclear when you start it. It's like just unknown. You just don't know what's going on. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the point of the game is. You don't understand anything. Especially when you don't have the manual, like I don't. I don't know shit about this game. So it was kind of hard. But I will say once I figured out kind of what I had to do, it got really creepy really fast. And it did actually kind of get under my skin a little bit. I think it's alright. You know, it's not bad. But it's not S-tier game, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna have to put Clock Tower probably into B tier. And you know, it doesn't even feel right putting in B tier. I'm gonna put Clock Tower in C tier. I'm sorry. If you love this game and it's your favorite game, I'm sorry. Because I paid a lot of money for this. But it's just not what I would want to keep playing. I'm going to keep playing it on the channel until I finish it. So for those of you who love Clock Tower, don't worry, I'm going to keep finishing it. But it's alright. It's a C. It passes. I'll play it again. Okay, next game we have is Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. I had this game growing up, so I played it a lot, and I almost think this is why I have so much love for reptiles and amphibians, is because I played this game a lot. It is a really cool game. I quite enjoy it. I do have the full set here, and the advertisement for Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I have that game as well, but we'll rank that one later. We've got the black back here. Look at that. Look at that cool little lizard. He's snowboarding. Snowboarding is kind of fun. I do enjoy this game. I think the platforming is well done. I think it is a challenge. At the same time, it's not so challenging that you want to bang your head on a wall. And the jokes, while they are very dated now, at the time they were freaking hilarious. So I thought the writing was pretty good. At least enough to make you chuckle and be like, you know what, I'm just relaxing, I'm taking a break. Just gonna enjoy myself, play some games lightheartedly and not maybe take it too seriously. So, Gex, pretty good. I don't know if it's a life-changing game. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it in C with the other games there. Alright, next was the advertised game on the inside of Gex. Soul Reaver, The Legacy of Kain. I bought this because it was advertised on the inside of Gex. And when I saw it loose at the GameStop, Not GameStop. I'm sorry. It was not GameStop. Forget that I said that. Game store, local game store. I saw this there. Didn't have the case for it. I was like, hey, pretty sure I saw that game advertised on the inside of Gex. So I bought it and I played it. And although I know I am stubborn to not look things up online, this game is very frustrating to learn how to play. Now, I do want to try and go back at some point and maybe force myself to look it up and see what this game is all about and how to play it. But intuitively, this game's not user-friendly. This game is not... You start the game as a dude and you're in, like, Death World, and then you go to Living World, but then you're there for a limited period of time, and if that time ends, it doesn't really tell you what you're supposed to do. It's unclear. It's very unclear. So, for that, I do think I'm gonna have to put this game, Legacy of Kain, at a D. I don't know if it's quite an F because I feel like there's potential to this game that I just haven't discovered yet. So I don't want to put it there with Qbert as an F tier game, but just because of its lack of intuitiveness and user friendliness, I'm going to put it at a D. Okay. Next game, I also don't have a case for this one. We've got 40 Winks. 40 Winks, if you haven't played it, is a rated E for everyone. Almost kind of like a horror game for children, if you could put it like that. You either play as a young boy or young girl named Rough for a Tumble, and you basically play out nightmares, and you have to find the good dreams back by finding all of the 40 wings, because somebody stole them, and now everyone's having bad dreams, and in order to have good dreams again, you have to get them all. This game's alright. I think that, you know, I had this game when I was a kid. I played it a lot. I thought it was interesting, you know, for the concept of having a children's horror game is like, okay, yeah, like Halloween-y, yeah, like kids can like horror stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Fear is very natural emotion response, and it's normal to think of ways and medias to cope with that. But as for this game, I don't really know if it's anything like super special. I do like it though, and I think I like it more than Soul Reaver. I like it more than Dinosaur. I like it more than The Grinch. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it at a C. Alright, next game we have, I don't have the full complete case, but I have Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which also comes with a demo disc of Dino Crisis, which I haven't played this yet. I have the demo disc, I haven't played it. I have played Resident Evil 3 Nemesis though, and I do quite enjoy this game. I think it's actually pretty good. Oh, I guess my case is a little screwed up here. It came apart. Oh well. Here we go. Black bag, as per usual. We can check that out. Pretty. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. It's probably my third favorite out of the first 3 games, which, yeah, shocking, I know. That the third game would be my third favorite, but is true. It's still a great game, though, honestly. good replayability. You know, if you didn't get enough zombies in Resident Evil 1 or 2, then this is totally the game for you. As for the Dino Crisis demo disc, it's just a positive to get this with the game, if I'm being honest. I think that's just stock. They just give you that demo disc when you buy this game normally. So, I think this is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give this a B. Oh, B is purple. All right, we're starting to dwindle down here. We've got Tomb Raider. You know, sometimes a killer body just isn't enough. You gotta have Lara Croft here in the Womb Raider. By Eidos Entertainment and Core. Released in 1996, so the great year that I was born. Now, Tomb Raider is good. It's a good game. I think that it can be kind of difficult. The platforming especially can be unforgiving sometimes, so you know it is what it is. But overall, it's a PlayStation 1 classic, and I feel like it should be part of everybody's collection, especially since it's a very inexpensive one. But yeah, Tomb Raider, you know, it's alright. It's not a bad game. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this as a C tier game. Okay, my chair is very creaky. Alright, next we have Spyro the Dragon. Yep, the first one. Now, this game is an absolute classic for me. This is actually the video game that got me into games. I don't know if I would have ever started playing video games if I had never gotten this game. So it's very important to me in that way. Very sentimental value. Just the problem solving, the bright colors, you know, it's a very flashy game. Very fun. I love being a little dragon. I always thought that was so cool. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who'd be like, well, why would you put Spyro the Dragon over something like Tomb Raider or Clock Tower? Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and to me, this game means a lot to me, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this into A tier. Okay, next game, the original Resident Evil. That's right, the first one for PlayStation 1, published by Capcom. I think this is a really good game. Rated M for mature. Check out the inside here. Played this game. I have beaten it. I do think it is a very interesting game. I did a Jill Valentine run when I played, and I'm probably going to play this on my channel again at some point. Probably with the Hat of Consequences, we'll see, but overall, this is a great game. I think this is really good. Honestly, good enough to be an S tier game for PlayStation 1. That's my opinion. This game has replayability. I would go back and I would play this again because there were things that I didn't do in this game that I probably should have done the first time around. And the same thing with the second game. That's why the second game's in S tier as well. It's just for replayability. So yeah, if you're a Resident Evil fan, me too. great games. I'm actually on the wait list for number 4 for PlayStation 2 right now. I'm looking forward to getting that, playing that on my channel. So let's go ahead and put this in S tier. Alright, next game is The Legend of Mana by Squaresoft. Now, this, you might take a look at it and be like, oh, this is probably one of those, like, Final Fantasy type games. And in a way it is, yes. Also, this is a prior Blockbuster rental. Ooh, and I've got my game notes in here. If anyone else has played this game, there is a level where you have to learn an entire language just to play a level of the game. You have to like do a quest in that zone, and you have to literally learn a complete video game made up language just to get past this stuff. And you know what? For the creativity, I gotta say I kind of like it. The drawing is really good. Instead of turn-based combat, it kind of just like locks you in to a combat arena when you run into an enemy, and you don't have to take turns. You can just go as fast as your character can hit. Same thing with the enemies, can attack you as fast as they can hit you. There is no having to wait for other things to take their turns to fight. Everybody's fighting all at once. I like that. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat. I think it's kind of slow. I think it drags. So like games like Final Fantasy, you're going to notice I don't own any of those games. So, but this game, Legend of Mana, I really do like. And if you like fantasy games, I would recommend it to you. Do I think it's the greatest game in the world? No, but I do think it's really good. I'm going to put it in B tier. Oh, that's A. Whoops. Alright. We're getting down to our final 3 games here. Final 3 games of my collection. So, next we have Shadow Tower from the creators of the Kingsfield series. So this is a very early From Software game. I just played this for the first time on my channel earlier this week. This was an expensive game. This was not cheap. But because I love Dark Souls and Elden Ring and Bloodborne and all those games so much, I was like, well, I've got to know where it all came from and what FromSoft, developed and gave to us far before those games were ever released. So, I bought this game, and let me tell you, this game is hard, it's complicated, and it's confusing, just like you would expect a pre-Dark Souls game to be. Now, because I haven't beaten it yet, I don't feel like any rating I give it can be 100% fair, because just like someone who played Dark Souls for the first hour and was like, this game's fucking stupid, I can't fucking beat anything in this game. Yes, I get it. It's too soon to give it a fair rating. But for now, as a placeholder, it's probably going to go into B. Because I want to believe in its potential. And because of the sunk cost fallacy, I can't rank it anything lower than a B because I paid too much money for it. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and throw her up there in B. All right. Two more games to go. And they both don't have the original case. Womp womp. We have Resident Evil Survivor. Don't have the original case for this one either. Now, this one came out after 3, but before 4, I believe. And it is a first-person shooter style game. So instead of your regular tank controls, you are literally in first-person mode shooting zombies. You have unlimited ammo, so that's not really something you have to worry about in this game. It's supposed to be fast-paced and different from the first 3 games. So I think it's pretty good. If you were just playing the first 3 Resident Evil games and you were like, I'm just kind of craving more, but I'm not ready to move on to like PlayStation 2 or GameCube or Xbox or whatever it is, this would be the next one I would tell you to play for Resident Evil. Just because, yeah, it kind of keeps the dream alive, kind of keeps the action going, with a different point of view, a different perspective, different way of playing things, kind of almost like Doom meets Resident Evil. I don't think it's like a perfect game by any means, but it's alright. And I think for that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a B. And just like that, we're on to the very last game. Ooh, oh, I forgot to put that over there. We're on to the last game already. I know my PlayStation 1 collection is not very big right now, but big enough for me. I wish I had enough time in the world to play all these games all the time every day, but I'm kind of saving my favorite one for last. I know I said that this wasn't going to be in any particular order, but this one is my favorite. It's Diablo. And I don't have the original case for it. I just have the disc, but that's okay because that's all that matters to me at the end of the day is that I'm able to play this game. I know you can play it on PC, but something special about Diablo for PlayStation 1 is that you can play 2-player with the first game. And you can't do that on PC. You can't do 2-player Diablo on PC. So for other people out there who played Diablo on PlayStation 1 and played it with their friends growing up, or even played it with their friends now, you understand the kind of magic and fun that I'm talking about when I say, I love playing this game with other people. There you go. S-tier game right there. And the game franchise still strong. Same with Resident Evil franchise and Silent Hill franchise. All these franchises are still strong because they're good games. They are good games. Now, one thing I will say about games from PlayStation 1 era that I love about them so much now, even more than I did before, you can just put these games in your PlayStation and they work. There's no update, there's no download, there's no create an account, there's no install this app on your computer, create an account there so you can open your account in this game launcher so you can play the game. And also maybe you need a subscription to this service to play the game. And I was just like, I hate it. Just let me put the game in the game and play the game. I don't want to have to connect to the internet. I don't want automatic updates. I don't have to wait an hour before I could play my game. And yes, I'm crashing out right now, but it's because I'm old and things are new and I don't like how they're new. They're new in a bad way. Put games back on discs. Have them work right the first time. Guess what? When they released Diablo, they couldn't release this game half finished. I know. They had to finish the whole thing before they released it to people. Isn't that crazy? I miss that about games, and I wish that kind of attitude about gaming would come back, and maybe it will someday. You know, they used to say people my age were the kids of the future, so maybe we do get to decide how things are going to go. But either way, let's go ahead and stick this up there on S tier. All right. Well, there you have it. There is our official tier list of crazy games, PlayStation 1 game collection from S to A. So let's go ahead and go back through the results, huh? All right. So in S tier, we had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Silent Hill, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1, Diablo, and then in A tier we had Metal Gear Solid, Doom, Spyro, and Shadow Tower. And in B tier we had Mega Man 8, Spyro 3, Resident Evil 3, Legend of Mana, and Resident Evil Survivor. In C tier we had Builder's Block, 102 Dalmatians, Clock Tower, Gex 3, 40 Winks, and Tomb Raider. In D tier, we had The Grinch, Dinosaur, Soul Reaver, and then in F tier, we had Q*bert. Q*bert. I hate Q*bert. I hate this game. Anyway, on the positive note, this is all the games in my collection. Whoops. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching my video and staying until the end of the stream. If you want to see more PlayStation 1 games or PlayStation 2 games, because the PlayStation 2 tier list will be next, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Crazy Games. It's KRAYZE Games. KRAYZE Games. Crazy Games. And yeah, thanks again. And, well, I hope you have a good one.